So, how do you like my new sign? Picked it up. It's going to hang up on the wall. But anyways, NFL Week 5 picks. I didn't feel like showing my face today. I don't know why. I just don't. But I got more accurate picks for you this week. I know last week someone pointed out my picks were way off. I couldn't get the same web page like the football locks that I can on my PC. So what I got was like a totally different thing. I apologize. But anyways, here we go. Thursday, Green Bay is at home getting 9 points against the Minnesota Vikings. Tough call. Both these teams came off big wins last week. Not just wins, I'm talking like decisive wins. Blowouts. Minnesota is at Green Bay. Obviously, I'm taking Green Bay to win, but I like Minnesota with that 9-point spread. 9 points just seems to be too big of a spread between these two teams right now. Especially since both of them are kind of hurting. I know Matt Castle's out from Minnesota. Teddy Bridgewater didn't look too bad last week. And Aaron Rodgers, he looked pretty damn good. He looked like Aaron Rodgers like everybody is used to knowing. Not a scrub. So, I like the Packers in the game to win it outright, but I like the Vikings with the points. Take Vikings with the 9 points. Packers win the game outright. Detroit Lions at home, getting 7.5, or getting 7 rather, against the Buffalo Bills. I'm taking the Lions all day long. The Bills, they started good. I don't know what the hell their deal is, but Detroit Lions are playing pretty damn good football right now. I like Detroit with the points and to beat the Bills outright. Indianapolis Colts at home getting 3.5 against the Baltimore Ravens. You know, I'm kind of shocked that the Colts are favored in this game. I understand the Colts are at home, but the Baltimore Ravens have been playing pretty damn good ball. So, I got to take Baltimore here. I really do. I mean, I can see Colts win this game, but I think Baltimore's just playing good ball. So, I'm taking Baltimore right here to win the game outright. And I know I'm a little shaky. I'm sorry. This fucking table, you know, not real sturdy. But yeah, I like Baltimore in that game. Tennessee Titans at home getting 1.5 against the Cleveland Browns. Who cares? They both suck. But I'm taking the Cleveland Browns because Tennessee Titans are just flat out god-awful terrible. They're garbage. Jake Locker's horrible. And I like the Browns defense. Even though the Browns are 1-2, they've been in every game that they've played. And by all accounts, they should have beat Baltimore and they should have beat Pittsburgh both. So, I like the Browns in that game. Carolina Panthers at home getting 2.5 against the Chicago Bears. And I'll tell you what, Carolina looked like shit last week. Has really looked like shit the last couple weeks. They need to get on the right track. But I'm taking the Bears on the road. I'm doing it. I just think Carolina right now is in a shamble. Or if I even said that right, I just don't see them win this game. I mean, I think they need to win this game, but so does Chicago. I like Chicago right now, the way they're playing. Even though Chicago played horrible last week against Green Bay, like I said, this game's a toss-up. They're both coming off terrible losses, so I don't know. Take Chicago. Dallas Cowboys at home. The surprising 3-1 Dallas Cowboys are hosting the Houston Texans, who are also 3-1, surprisingly. Dallas is a 4-point favorite. I like Dallas all day long. I know, everybody says I never pick the Texans. Well, if Houston was at home, I'd probably have a different view on that. But if Tony Romo plays like anything that he did last week, Dallas will slaughter Houston. So, give me Dallas with points to win the game outright. Pittsburgh Steelers getting 6.5 points at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let me tell you something right now. Pittsburgh is garbage, people. I'm telling you right now. I know you Steeler fans hate hearing that. You just have to face reality. Pittsburgh is a 7-9 team right now. They got beat at home by a pathetic Tampa Bay Buccaneers team, okay? I'm sorry, but there is no excuse for that. That is terrible. At Jacksonville, who are also god-awful terrible. There's no doubt about that. But guess what? I was going to be a smartass and actually pick the Jaguars to win, but I don't see that happening because Jaguars are absolutely garbage. They're terrible. Pittsburgh getting 6.5 points. I like Pittsburgh to win the game, but I like the Jacksonville Jaguars with the 6.5 points. I'm sorry. Pittsburgh just don't look good right now. I mean, the Steelers have great history, and they're well respected by me, but you know what? As of this day, right here, right now, Pittsburgh is a 7-9 team. I'm sorry. That's just the way I feel about it. But Pittsburgh win the game. New Orleans Saints getting 10.5 points against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't understand this because the New Orleans Saints are garbage, I believe. They got slaughtered by Dallas last week. I understand this is Tampa Bay they're playing. I like Tampa Bay with the points. I like the Saints to win the game outright. A game that really don't matter. Both these teams suck. It's too bad because I really thought the Saints were going to be good this year. I really did. Yeah, Saints are terrible. Bottom line. But they'll win this game. New York Giants at home getting 4.5 points against the Atlanta Falcons. I like the New York Giants. The Atlanta Falcons coming off a horrible loss to the Minnesota Vikings, a loss they should not have had, especially without Adrian Peterson. and a rookie quarterback starting. That's pretty bad, Atlanta. I like the Giants at home. I got to take Giants. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. Like I said, I agree with you, whoever says the Giants are bipolar. They are. One week they're terrible, the next week they're rock stars. I don't get them. I don't know how to judge the Giants right now. Take the Giants to win this game, though. Philadelphia Eagles at home getting 7 points against the St. Louis Rams. Come on, man. St. Louis is garbage. Philadelphia is going to slaughter that team, especially after coming off a loss against San Fran. Philadelphia is going to slaughter them by at least 20. Well, at least 15. Philadelphia is going to roll. Take Philadelphia. Denver Broncos at home getting 7 points against the surprising 3-0 Arizona Cardinals. It's at Mile High, unfortunately, for you Cardinal fans, so you're going to get your first loss here, I believe. If Arizona wins this game, let me tell you, watch out, NFL. Watch out for the Cardinals. I still think the Cardinals will make the playoffs regardless. But at this point, sadly, it's at Mile High Stadium, and they came off a loss, so I got to take Denver in this game. I just have to. San Francisco at home getting 6.5 points against the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, this one's also tough to call. You got the Niners that came off a good win against Philadelphia, and you got Kansas City that absolutely destroyed the Patriots last week on Monday Night Football. But I like San Fran to win the game, but I like Kansas City with the 6.5 points. If Kansas City was at home, I'd take Kansas City. I really would. San Diego at home getting 6.5 against the New York Jets. Come on, man. Jets are garbage. Are you kidding me? 6.5 point favored. Should be way more than 6.5 points. San Diego beat that team by at least 10. Jets suck. Bottom line. Take the Chargers. And Sunday Night Football, my game right here. Finally. The whole nation gets to see it. That could be good or bad. Cincinnati is a 1-point favorite at home, or on the road in New England. They're a 1-point favorite. Now, I'm the first one to admit, Cincinnati and Seattle have a lot in common. They're not the same show on the road. I mean, that's just the way I feel about it. If Cincinnati was at home, I think Cincinnati would roll. But now they're on the road. This is a true test, especially after New England came off a terrible loss last week. It's going to be tough for the Bengals, but I'm pulling for my Bengals. This should be a really good game. I have a feeling this could be really close. Real high scoring or real low scoring. I think the Bengals will win this game 17-10. I think it's going to be a low scoring game. I just have a feeling it's going to be a low scoring game. Take the Bengals. And hopefully they can prove something here and win on the road at New England. And our Monday night game, Seattle Seahawks on the road are a 7.5 point favorite at the Washington Foreskins, the god-awful Washington Redskins. Guess what? Seattle is going to roll Washington. Washington is garbage. Take Seattle at the points to win the game outright. Even though Seattle's on the road, they're going to roll Washington. So there's your picks, people. I got to hang my sign up. And I really hope my Bengals do well. So we'll see you guys next week.